Hi, I'm Miss Hearn. Let's get started. In this video, we're going to look at an exercise which one of my students sent to me from my math lab. And it says that we have a triangle, VWZ. The point X lies on the line segment VZ, or the side VZ. The point Y lies on WZ, and that XY and VW are parallel to each other. This is the diagram we were given, so I'm going to add a little bit of an indication here that these two line segments are parallel to each other. Now let's continue reading. If VZ is equal to 10, XZ is equal to 8, and WY is equal to 4, find the length of ZY. I noticed that within this one diagram there are actually two triangles, and I'm starting to get the idea that they want me to use similar triangles, and I'll tell you why. Whenever we have two parallel lines and they're crossed by a transversal, corresponding angles are equal. In this diagram, we have that situation because VW and XY are parts of parallel lines and they're crossed through by the transversal WZ. So the angle W and the angle Y are going to have the same angle measure. And the same thing for V and X. And then Z, of course, is congruent to itself. So separating this diagram into two separate triangles, we have that triangle VWZ is actually similar to triangle XYZ. So that's going to give us some good relationships. In particular, the sides of the triangles will be proportionate. So let's look at what they told us about the lengths of the sides. They said that VZ is length 10, and they said that XZ is length 8. But then they give us another piece of information which is kind of odd at first. It says that WY is equal to 4. Well, WY is just this little piece right here. And they don't actually tell us the length of YZ. In fact, that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to label that as lowercase x. So over here on this pair of diagrams, I'm going to label WZ as being the sum of x plus 4, because remember, the point Y was right here. And WY was, YZ was x, so the whole thing will be the sum of x and 4. And then over here, YZ is just x. And then what we see is we have pairs of corresponding sides. So setting up a proportion, the ratio of 10 in the larger triangle to 8 in the smaller has to be equal to the ratio of x plus 4 in the larger triangle to x in the smaller. And we can solve a proportion by using cross multiplication. So 10 times x must be equal to 8 times x plus 4. Now this is what's called a linear equation, and we can solve it by isolating the x, and we need to distribute through parentheses to do that. So I'm going to say 10x is equal to 8x plus 32. And then I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides, leaving me with 2x equals 32. Dividing by 2, x is equal to 16. And we need to answer the question that was asked, which was to find the length of ZY, and this is ZY. So we're done. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please remember to like it. You can also subscribe to me. This will help other students find answers to their questions. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. You can also follow me at Miss Hearn Math on Twitter.